and you need to go travel and visit your family somewhere, are they going to continue paying you?
Absolutely not.
You're literally renting your income from a company. And the transaction is with the value that they see in you. Are you worth $40 an hour? How much does your job pay you? So, see y'all. You don't work? Awesome.
15, 16,
Totally.
Huh?
15, $16.
$15, $16 an hour.
Minimum 17 now.
The thing is, sometimes when I ask people, what do you do for work or how much you get paid, or how much you're worth, people will give me their salary, right? Yeah, so how much are you worth? And they'll give, I make about $150,000 a year. Can you imagine that they brainwashed us enough to make us believe that we're worth whatever the company's willing to pay us? Can you imagine that? Like, that's crazy. Hey, how much are you worth? I make about $150,000, $200,000 a year. That's all you're worth. Right? Like, stating it out loud, isn't that nonsense?
It is.
But that's our agreement to how much we're worth. Most people don't even negotiate their salary. They did whatever they offer, that's what we take.
It's all they want.
So you have to sit down with your prospect and really find out what's important to them. Because this is the prayer that a lot of people have been asking for. I'm in debt. I'm financially stressed. I have children I want to provide for. I have parents who are getting old and I need to take care of them. I'm not happy. I'm looking for more. There's no purpose in my life. My job is mindless. Don't people go through these questions almost every day?
Yes.
We're here to create a strategy so they can get away from that.
Right.
Your license is so powerful. And then most people just take it and try to sell life insurance. That's silly. That's silly because that's only one piece of a whole financial pie. Your job is to take care of the whole pie. Do they have a trust set up? Do they have a will? Do they have a retirement plan? Do they have a health savings plan? Do they have a college plan for their children? We can do all of that and more. And here we are trying to sell a life insurance policy. How crazy is that? That's like getting your medical doctor's license and all you prescribe is Tylenol. For everybody. Oh, you have cancer? Tylenol. Oh, you got a foot sprain? Tylenol. Isn't that crazy? Would you go to a doctor like that? Hey, my back hurts, Tylenol. I got diabetes, Tylenol. Would you go back to that doctor?
No.
Then why are you doing that with life insurance? You have this license that can open up all these damn products. Life insurance. Life insurance. My kids need to go to college. Life insurance. My car is flat tire. Life insurance. But that's what you're doing. So the question now is, are you worth the value that you're going to bring to your community?
Right.
Right? We're here to design strategies. If people want to retire today, you need at least $2.5 million based on the 4% rule. There used to be a rule for everything. The retirement rule was 4%, meaning that your money needs to be able to make 4% return on average for your annual income. You want to live off that interest, right? People today are making six-figure incomes, $150,000 to $200,000 a year, and they're still living paycheck to paycheck. Don't think that just because someone's an engineer or a doctor, that they're all set. Usually they're the most stressed out. Someone that makes $100,000 a year might drive a Honda.
Yep.
If you're driving more than a Honda, then you're way over on your debt-to-income ratio. Someone that's making $200,000 a year might drive a Mercedes. If you're making $100,000 and you're driving a Mercedes, you're way over your debt-to-income ratio, right? So the more you make, the more people spend. Someone that makes $100,000 a year might live in a $500,000 home. Someone that makes $200,000, $300,000 a year might live in a $1.5 million home. So just because they make more money, they're also what? Spending more money.
Absolutely.
That is why our financial education program is so important, because we help people get out of debt, look at their numbers, plan appropriately,
Correct.
and create a strategy where their money can make money for them. In America, if your money's not making money for you, no retirement. I don't care how much you make. I don't care how much your 401k has. 2, I have $600,000 in my 401k. Okay, so you're making $150,000 a year right now, and you're living paycheck to paycheck, and you only have $600,000 in your 401k. How long do you think that's going to last you when you no longer have $150,000 coming in that you're already living paycheck to paycheck on? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? Think about it. Like if we're living till 70 before we can retire, for you young folks, right? The retirement age pushes out. It used to be 62, 65, 67, 70, right? It's pushing out longer. Why? Because there's less money in the Social Security bucket, and people are living longer.
Yes.
So if you retire at 70 but live till 90, how many years is that? 20. If you're making $150,000 a year today and you have no extra, how are you going to pay for that 20 years? Off of $600,000, off of $1 million. Think about it. $1 million is just 10 years of $100,000. But from 70 to 90, that's when you get sick, you're tired, you're old, right? More expenses are going out for healthcare costs.
Yep.
So when we sit down with our prospects, our clients, our customers, our friends, our family, our church, whoever it is, we need to see how they're planning 70 to 90. We're not here to make sure when they die, their family gets money. That's just one piece of the puzzle. We're here to make sure that from 70 to 90, you still have money to take care of yourself. Do you think your children are going to take care of you when you're 70, 80, 90 years old?
Probably not.
You don't want them to.
They could barely take care of themselves today.
Right.
Some of you, if you had to take care of your parents today, you probably wouldn't be able to do that. Because you're still trying to take care of you and your children.
It takes
Right.
4 of us to take care of my mom.
Do you understand the importance of what we do now?
Right.
It's not about life insurance where someone dies and someone else gets the money. What happens if you live too long?
Right.
Where's the money coming from to take care of you? You're going to ask your kids to give up their life, to move back, to forget about their children's future, to take care of you because we weren't responsible enough to take care of our own future? Does this make sense?
Yeah.
When you're sitting down and you're going over the saving your future, this isn't about selling a life insurance policy. This is about looking at the strategy on what they have for their family's portfolio.
Right.
Because if right now, if I had to choose between taking care of my mom, taking care of myself, or taking care of my children, I wouldn't be able to take care of all three without a proper strategy in place. Okay? This says 3.4 million, but just know that a minimum of 2.5 million based on the 4% rule. This was just a video that I did for employees and entrepreneurs. I'm not going to talk about that mainly because, again, this is a fast start, so it's more, it's catered for people to think about this. We grew up, we went to school, they talked about being a good student, right? And the reason why they want you to be a good student in school is because they want you to be a good employee when you become an adult. Does that make sense? Because the kid that had all the ideas and didn't want to sit down and listen because they already knew that information or felt like that information wasn't what they needed, they got detention. Right? Hey, I could do this better. I could do this easier. Like, I'm not listening to that. Everyone needs to learn what I'm teaching you. Because they wanted you to be the good student so that you can spend the next 40, 50 years of life being a good employee. Did you ever think about it? Did Elon Musk have a college degree before he started PayPal and started to become a business owner?
I think so.
I don't know if you guys know. He actually started PayPal.
I know that he had a group of.
He sold it.
And today he has what? Starlink, Tesla. He has so many different companies.
Yeah.
But do you think he had a college degree before he became successful? Jeff Bezos,
Absolutely.
Mark Zuckerberg,
No.
Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Henry Ford. Henry Ford didn't even get a high school degree. Do you know the story about Henry Ford? So I don't think he finished 6th grade, but he inherited the family's company, Ford Company. And his board of directors and his executives took him to court to get him out of the position because he was not educated enough to run a company. Okay? Henry Ford. And in trial at court, he said, why do I need to fill my brain with this information when at a push of my button, when from a push of a button I can summon the people that have the answers? skill set will never be more important than mindset. So when you go out there and you just focus on selling life insurance, that's just a skill set. When you're out there and you're looking at the strategy, that's a mindset. Okay? If you're a good mechanic, let's say you're a good mechanic, are you gonna ever run a franchise? Run a business? Right? Usually someone that's really good at one thing. If you're a good tire repair person, then that's all you're good at is replacing tires. Right? If you're good at one thing, most time people focus so hard on skill sets. That's what schools are designed for. I want you to think about it like this, okay? If everyone here was a multi-millionaire, you had more than 1 million. Let's say you all have $2 million each.
Nice.
Would you go back to school to get a master's degree? Would you? If your children had $1 million, if your children had $1 million, do you think they're gonna go to school to get a bachelor's degree?
Absolutely not. Absolutely.
I go just because I want to go.
The reason why this is important is because, again, they want you to be good students.
Networking. Networking.
They want you to be good students so that you always rely and you have to go back to get another degree. Think of the people that got a computer science degree in 2000. They're obsolete now. AI is doing all their jobs. If they want to do something, they got to go back to school, get cybersecurity, or right? But that's how they make their money. That's how they make their money. Because if you didn't go back to school and get another degree, how are they going to make their money? Right? So you have to understand that mindset is always going to be more powerful than skill set. You need the skills, but you have to be able to think bigger. Only get the skills that are going to help you reach your goal. Don't get the skills that's only going to get you by day. Too many get skills that are just good for today. Right? That's why here, you guys recognize this? Robert Kiyosaki's 4 quadrants? This is the cash flow quadrant. Most people start off as E. E stands for employees. Most people only know how to get a job. Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, none of them had a degree. They own the top tech companies of the world right now. If you want to work for them, what do you need? You see how crazy that is? You see how crazy this is? They did not have a degree when they became successful, but if you want to work for them for an hourly pay or a salary, right?
Yeah.
Am I lying?
No.
I'm not lying.
Absolutely right.
So the question is, do you want to go along with the system or do you want to own your income? Because when you work for somebody else, you're renting that income. If they decide they don't need you anymore, where's your money coming from? Do you know less? If they fired you, do you know less? No, you still know the same, right? Are you worth this? Like, you still have all the skills, you have everything. Just because they don't need you anymore doesn't mean you're less valuable. So why are we trading what we know and who we are for someone to rent us out?
Right.
Think of how crazy that is.
Yeah.
But those are employees. Most people only know how to be an employee. They wait for someone to tell them what to do. They wait for someone to give them the schedule. They wait for someone to give them the goals, right? Without a task, without someone telling you what to do, most people don't know how to think on their own.
Right.
That's what the school system was designed to do. I don't want you to think more than you have to. Just know what I want you to know, right? Even for me, working as a manager for the Fortune 500 companies, I tell people, once you get in, forget everything you know, because I only want you to know what I need you to know. I don't need you to know what you think you're going to bring in here and share. I need you to do what my company needs you to do. True or not true? Because I don't need you to bring in your bad habits, your old boss's way of doing things, right? You're going to do things the way I want it done.
Correct.
How crazy is that? When you're an employee, that's what you have to put up with.
Right.
But when you're a business owner, you get to create the person you want to become and the culture that you want to build. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Your license allows you to be a business owner. So we want people to break out of employee mindset and be self-employed. The reason why you want to be self-employed is because you want to own your income. If I want to take a month off, 5 months off, and go on vacation, I should still be getting paid. Because what I know, I always know. Right? And I should still earn from everything I've invested into myself. True or not true? Right? You want to own your income. The only way to own your income is by owning your job or owning your business. Be a 1099, not a W-2. Right? But the problem with self-employed, some of you that are licensed and self-employed, the problem with that is, one, you're your own boss.
Yeah.
You don't have to show up at 6 o'clock every day at work if you don't want to.
Correct.
You don't have someone telling you how many clients that you need to, right?
Right.
Isn't this true?
Yep.
But this is the problem, because when we're self-employed, we don't do as much. We don't give as much of ourselves to our business as we give to our job and our boss.
Right.
How crazy is that?
That's right.
We have someone that has less experience, who's younger than us, giving us directions, and we're willing to be there 15 minutes early to a job that's only paying us $20 an hour, where we're showing up late to our business where we can make $20,000 a month. How crazy is that? But this is what you need to find out from your prospects when you're sitting with them.
Right.
Are you happy at wherever you're working? Do you want to be an employee for the rest of your life? Is this where you want to go? Did you see yourself in everything your family sacrificed for so that you can make $20, $30, $40 an hour? Because I will show you how you can make more than someone making $40 an hour in just 4 hours of work. I can show you that. So when I'm sitting here and this is my prospect, are you happy where you are? If you are, that's great. I'm not here to take you away from what you love doing. But if you want more, I can show you how you can make more with less time. Are you open to listen?
Right.
We might think, again, because you're life insurance licensed, we might think that our job is to sell life insurance. The real opportunity here is allowing them to own their life, owning their own income. It's not the policies. The policy is just a tool that's in their toolbox. Does that make sense? It's just a tool. The real opportunity is owning your life and building your future. Okay? So self-employed, you own your job. You can make as much as you want. You get tax deductions. Did you guys know this? If you make $100,000 a year as a W-2 worker, you have to pay taxes?
44%.
You know that, right? So before you could touch your money, the government takes out the taxes. Did you know that if you own your own business, if you make $100,000 a year, you can keep $100,000 a year? Did you know that the tax laws in America are actually designed to encourage and empower people to become business owners? I say that because when they hear about Amazon, billions of dollars paying no taxes, so many people get upset. Oh, they make so much money, why don't they have to pay taxes? Honey, can you move your tablet?
Oh.
Thanks, honey. Think about it. So many people get upset when they hear Amazon making billions of dollars and they don't have to pay taxes. Right? I only make $80,000, I only make $100,000 a year, I have to pay taxes. Why doesn't Amazon have to pay taxes? You ever come across people that get upset like that? All the time. The question isn't why should you be upset that they can do it and not ask yourself, how can I do it?
Yep.
Right.
When you're a business owner, the laws in the country actually want you to be business owners. Because when you're a business owner, you're creating more value to the market, to the economy. You're employing people, you're creating jobs, you're creating benefits, you're adding value to your community. They actually want you to become entrepreneurs and business owners. But in the school system, they taught us to be what? Employees. Right? They taught us to be employees who hate businesses. Because we need jobs in order to pay our meals. But the country was actually designed to encourage people to be business owners. My family's from Vietnam. If I wanted to open a business in Vietnam, they can take it any day they want. There are no rules and laws protecting you from being a business owner over there.
Yep.
Over here, there are rules and laws that protect you as a business owner. You just got to learn the rules and the laws. Right? But we don't want you to stay as self-employed. Because when you're self-employed, if you own an auto mechanic shop and you're the head auto mechanic, guess how you make money?
By being there.
Fixing.
By fixing.
Yeah.
If you stop fixing cars, do you still get paid? No. But you can fix as many cars as you want and get paid as much as you want, right? But the problem is if you're a life insurance salesperson, once you start selling life insurance, are you going to get paid? So why are you going out there selling life insurance? Because you're always going to have to hustle that grind. Does that make sense? You're a business owner. Our job is designed to train you to become agency owners. Do you think the owner of McDonald's or Wendy's or Burger King ever walks into a McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's? I don't think so. Do you think Jeff Bezos, he owns what, Amazon, right? Do you think he walks into all these Amazon warehouses? Do you think he ever drives one of those blue vehicles that make traffic on the streets? Right? Do you think Jeff Bezos does that?
No.
Do you think Mark Zuckerberg sits there and looks at all your comments on Facebook? Do they still get paid? They get paid. So I want you to think about that though. Because our job is to help the community by creating more agencies and opportunities for other people to create a career for their future. Once you get into a big business, all right, employee, you have to trade your time for money, all right? Self-employed, you still have to trade your time for money, but at least you own your income now. This, you're renting your income. Now you own your income, but you're still trading time for money, okay? When you get to business, now you get to buy back your time, okay? You get to buy back your time and you get to own your income. And the reason how you do this is because you have systems in place that runs without you there.
Right.
How many of you have been to at least 20 different McDonald's around this country?
Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Isn't it true that every time you walk into a McDonald's, the fry machine is next to the takeout window, the frosty machine or the ice cream machine on the right, it never really works? And then they make the burgers right in front, right behind the cashier register?
Yep.
Isn't it true? Every single McDonald's, no matter what state you go into?
Yep.
As soon as you buy a McDonald's franchise, you're expected to set up your McDonald's the same way as every single McDonald's. True or not true? You're pulling out hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars just for the name, just to set it up the exact same way that every other McDonald's has it. If I wanted to offer pho, which is beef noodle soup, in my McDonald's, you think they'll let me?
No.
Nope. Nope. You think McDonald's will let me throw in some enchiladas or some fajitas into a McDonald's? No. Why? Because they have a system. They have a system. So imagine if you, building your mindset, because I said mindset's more important than skill sets,
Yeah.
right? Being able to look at a bigger picture is more important than doing a task. If you can understand this, imagine what happens when you have, this is one location. We have at least 6 or 7 in Massachusetts alone. We have over 700 offices across North America. We have over 95,000 licensed professionals. And right now, Saturday morning, every single location is doing this. And imagine if you own 5, 10 locations, then each place would bring in you $150,000 or more without you having to be there. Would that be okay with you?
Yes.
Is that selling life insurance?
No.
You see what I'm saying though? Because when you focus only selling life insurance, you limit your abilities. You limit what your license allows you to do. We're here to help people get out of debt. We're here to help people create an emergency fund. We're here to set up their kids for college planning. We're here to set up a trust so they have generational wealth. We're here to create asset accumulation so now you have rental properties, you have retirement funds, you have whatever you want in your portfolio. We're here to do so much more than just selling one product. But more importantly, your goal, hopefully, your goal is to build something that allows you to have a legacy. A legacy is something that lives way longer than you will. 5 years from now, 10 years, 20 years, 100 years from now, what you put your efforts into today is still multiplying and creating fruit. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Because our job, if you're good stewards of money, is our job is to create generational wealth for our grandchildren's grandchildren. Not just for this one lifetime. Too many people focus on one lifetime. There are so many people you can help. As much as I love to talk, do I know your friends? Do I know your friends? No. As much as I love to go out there and meet new people, do I know your friends? Absolutely not. Can I help them if I don't know them?
No.
Some of these people are waiting for you to deliver the solution on how to build a stronger financial foundation. So when you're sitting there with a prospect, with the client, it's not about what you want for them. You have to know what they want for themselves. And our goal is to create a strategy or plan so that they can get there. If you go into your car right now and turn on your GPS, does it care where you came from yesterday, where you were yesterday? If you turn on your GPS, does it matter where you were yesterday? What does it care about? Where you're going. The only thing the GPS cares about is where you're going, right? And then it's gonna find the most efficient route from here to there.
Right.
We're the GPS system. We're the financial GPS system for our community. I don't know what you did before. I don't know how you got to this point. But my goal is to help you from this point to where you want to be. And if I create this roadmap for you, can you commit and follow the strategy? 90% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck with no guidance, with no direction on how to get to their future. So when we say saving your future, we are the GPS system for our families and our friends. It's not what you want. Let's say I jumped into your car, right? Do you care where I want to go? If I jumped into your car? Right? You don't care where I want to go. You're going to go where you want to go, right? So why is it when somebody jumps in the seat in front of you, we're trying to tell them where to go? We're trying to tell them what to buy. We're trying to tell them what they need to set up. It's not our job to tell them what we want. It's our job to know where they want to go. Does that make sense?
Right.
And that's where the PFS really comes into play, or financial needs analysis. I actually did a video on that. Maybe I'll share it with you. So in order to find out where they want to go, you want to sit down and know what their reasons are, what their purpose, what their whys are.